All right. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me, please? I would love a response if you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Uh, so it's been a very busy day. I wonder how your day has been. I'm guessing it's probably going to be busy too, some activity or the other. But notwithstanding, it's Friday and it's 7, so it's time for Money Mastery. My name is Coach Bibi, and I'm your host on this episode of Money Mastery. This is the 13th episode. It's a privilege to be here with you, spending this time sharing your time with you. And for all other listeners that will be linking up with us on YouTube or other social media handles, it's a wonderful experience to spend the Fridays, evenings like this with you while we look at a topic that will be impactful and beneficial to us. Welcome to this webinar. And this webinar is on building confidence for success. That's what this webinar is on. It's recognizing your abilities and overcoming self-doubt. I'm thrilled to have you here as we explore the vital role that self-confidence plays in our journey to success. And of course, you would want to say, how does me having a doubt or the other, how does it affect my success journey? We're going to look at that today. And we're going to be able to show you or tell you that, hey, you got to watch out. This affects you, you know, in some way or the other. And we're going to look at what to do to make sure that that effect negatively is taken out of the way today. So it's welcome to everyone. We're going to explore the vital role that self-confidence plays in our journey to success. We're going to see how that helps us. All right. So if you're ready, please mind the house rules. If where you are is noisy, put your mics to be on mute, and your video can be on. It can be off, depending on what you like. It'd be lovely to see your smiling, bubbling faces all the same. But if your ambience is not good enough for that, then you can have a video on. If you have a question, you can go to the chat box and drop those questions there so that we wouldn't miss them, and then we can pick them up later when we get to the question and answer sessions. All right. So let's go into today's program. We're going to be looking at the introduction, understanding self-confidence and its impact. We're going to be looking at identifying and addressing self-doubt, cultivating a positive self-image, and practical techniques to boost self-confidence. We're going to look at those and then do a call to action and run through the program quickly today. So let's dive in to the program as we love it. Now, let's start by diving into the art of our topic today is understanding self-confidence and its profound impact on our lives. Self-confidence goes beyond simply feeling good about ourselves, all right? It's a powerful belief in our ability, our decisions, and the vast potential we possess within. Research from various fields consistently emphasizes the critical role of self-confidence in our journey to success. When you possess self-confidence, you are equipped with a formidable tool that propels you forward, regardless of the challenges you encounter. So first, let's see how self-confidence influences the goals you set for yourself. It's been noticed that those with higher self-confidence tend to set more ambitious and audacious goals. These goals become the catalyst that push them to strive for greatness. So, when you are confident about yourself, the tendency is that you also set ambitious goals. And this is obvious when you look at people who are successful on a mega scale in music, in business, in ministry, name it, sports. There's a courage that they have by themselves. You know, if you watch football, You can look at Mercy. You can look at someone like Ronaldo. There's a courage. If you watch music, then you're talking about someone like Davido, from Africa, or someone like the late musicians of old. You will see a courage about them because of the confidence that they also possess. When you have self-confidence, your tendency is to set very ambitious goals because over time you realized that it's almost as if you're unlimited. It's as if nothing can limit you. So you want to set goals and see how far you can stretch, also see how high you can fly. Furthermore, self-confidence isn't just about dreaming big. It's about having the courage to take those calculated risks. So not just the dreaming, because some people are very big dreamers. All right. So every time they sit down and they're talking about their dream, you can travel the world with them. But when they finish talking about the dream, they might not take any step. But self-confident people will not just dream, they just don't dream big. It's also for them about taking those calculated risks because they have courage. So when you believe in your ability, you are more likely to step outside your comfort zone and embrace opportunities that might have otherwise seemed daunting. Already, I'm wondering if you are wondering also, why am I not able to achieve some level of success I've always desired? Think about it. Would it be because you couldn't take risks, calculated risks? You couldn't take them? That job change that came, but said you're going to have to take a pay cut first. You couldn't do that. You couldn't see the other side of the pay cut, the years to come, the growth availability. Some people have been in their workplace, they're stuck in a line because they can't move horizontally to be able to move vertically. So if I move horizontally, I'll lose a year. I don't want to lose my salary or my income. I don't want to stagnate it for a year or two. Why some people jump at that and then after 2, 3 years, they've shut up because they were able to take risks. One of the reasons you couldn't take risks is because you were not self-confident. You lacked self-confidence. Self-confidence. That's one of the reasons. So when you believe in your abilities, you see that you're more likely to step outside those comfort zones. Most of us have had to step outside our comfort zone. And I will share my story briefly. I've been to construction for over 20 years. And I've had the opportunity of working on very lovely projects for some multinationals and met with foreigners and worked with them. But when I started my own business, construction business, I would do a project where some of these multinationals and their representatives, MDs, engineering heads will see my project and be asking, who did this project? How could one person afford this kind of project? The quality that's there. But guess what? They wouldn't see me because I don't attend opening ceremonies. If I build a filling station, no matter the work, then I wouldn't attend opening ceremonies. I did this for years. Even when I attended, I would sit at the back. I would walk away to a corner. And it's not because I didn't have confidence to talk to people. I could talk all day if I wanted to. But for some reasons, I just didn't feel I needed to be showing my face. And that had plagued me for years. When there's time to do something, I would go out and do it, yes, for some things I like. But for others, I just suddenly not really feel shy, but just think it's humility to just stay aside. It was until a few years back that I was talking with a buddy of mine there. And he mentioned, don't you think there's something you're hiding from? And we'll still get to that name of what I was hiding from. We'll still get there. But self-confidence allows you to step out of that comfort zone. That comfort zone for me was initially the work I had, the job I was doing. I was on paid employment for 4 years. And I rose to the more or less the rank of a deputy MD, so to say, construction side and technical side. In fact, I was out of the country to go set up an arm of our business in another African country, as young as I was at that time. I'd not even married. I wasn't even married yet then. But all of that, two official cars, traveling by here every time. I had sometimes my overtime was multiplied by 2 for my normal rate, work rate per hour, just because I had to be kept. I was one of the best, if I may say, in the company when it comes to construction. But at a point, I had to step aside. I had to step out of that comfort zone, that assured salary. I had to step into seemingly unknown. But thank God, I've not regretted it ever since. Self-confidence helps you to make that move. Finally, let's talk about persistence. Persistence. Challenges are an inevitable part of any journey to success. In fact, frankly, if you're on a journey to success and you can't point to 1, 2, 3, or even 10 challenges, then you better check that you are not actually on a slide downwards. You better check that you're not actually riding the waves of a mudslide, because challenges are inevitable when you look at the journey of success. And any great person will tell you that they've always faced challenges on their path to getting their full story done. Some people face challenges in marriage, some face challenges in business, some face challenges with raising kids, some face challenges with their minds, some with their mindsets, some with their health. But you see, what matters is how you react to the challenge. And that's where your self-confidence steps in. Self-confidence acts as a shield against discouragement, allowing you to persevere even when the path becomes difficult. It's the unwavering belief in your capability that keeps you moving forward, regardless of the obstacles you face. Now, this program you're attending today is the 13th episode of it. Initially, this program started as another name. The idea started as another name, and we had run like 6 weeks of it or more. But there were some obstacles, and I had a choice of saying, no need to continue this program. But one of the members of this community, saw me in a place of worship and told me, guess what? I would love to have that program continue. If I had been totally discouraged, we wouldn't be here today, right? Probably this time we'll be drinking a bottle of malt and probably chatting away about the things that are working or not working in Nigeria. Self-confidence helps us to overcome discouragement. If you are discouraged right now, then you might need to check your self-confidence, check your self-doubt. Discouragement makes us incapacitated. It makes you sometimes not be able to even perform well in areas where you know fully well that you do perform well on a good day. There are times when I'm working on project submission. Like today, I had 4 project submissions to do. And at the point it was 6 o'clock, and I had to get ready for this meeting or choose those 4. If I tell you the worth of those submissions, you would wow. I'm not joking, so I won't say it here. But suddenly I said, I'm going to choose this. And I made a call to someone. I said, look, I've not checked those submissions, so I won't submit right now. He said, go ahead, you can hold it till tomorrow, no problem. But before that time, I was almost discouraged. That let me just push it in like that. I don't care what happens. Let me just push it in like that. Because it was just such a short time that we were given, allotted to it. But something told me I should try. I should call. I should ask. And I did. And it worked. And this is how God helps us to develop even self-confidence. All right? You don't want discouragement to overwhelm you, because it makes you not even think right. It makes you not to think straight. So when your path becomes difficult, self-confidence acts as a shield against discouragement. It's the unwavering belief in your capability, all right, so that you can move forward. So as we proceed on this webinar, remember that self-confidence isn't an abstract concept. It's actually a force that can shape your path and transform your outcome. And when I say it's a force, sometimes when I say it myself, I wonder what people are thinking about what I said. It's not an abstract, it's not just an ideology. Self-confidence is what you can feel it. You can feel it when you are confident. Okay. Have you ever experienced when you're probably going to church or a party? Let me use either, because I know there are a lot of church people here. We are going to a party, and for some reason you have a new regalia on, and that regalia fits you so perfectly. It's like what they say, mwah. It's just like sculpted. All right. Then you got yourself a pair of new shoes that goes with it. And maybe you're a woman, you have your bag, your jewelry is just on point. I like how you will walk outside your door. When you get to that party or to church, you realize there's an air around you. That's self-confidence, even though temporarily, because it's based on what you're wearing. But you see, you need to translate that feeling into your mind, whereby whether you're in a t-shirt or you are in a pair of jeans or you are in damask or ashoke or you are in voile, you are in Swiss lace or you're in Ankara, it doesn't matter anymore. The self-confidence exists from inside you. It's what gives you the temerity to ask questions sometimes. It's what gives you the audacity to challenge systems. It's what makes you feel you can be in an organization that has been existing for 35 years. And when you join them, you are having a thought in your mind that you would rise to become the managing director of that organization. Self-confidence is what tells you that though you come from a home where your mother, your father, and their parents had never stepped their foot into the four walls of a school, even the schools are no more four walls, right? Some schools are round, but they've never stepped their foot on any campus. And you think you're going to become a professor. That's self-confidence. So it is what helps you to do. All right. So let's continue exploring how we can build and nurture this powerful trait to ensure a journey marked by growth, accomplishment, and fulfillment. So let's identify and address self-doubt. Self-doubt. These are words that seem to be understandable because they're from the English language. But if I ask you, what is self-doubt? What would you say to me? If I take a break here and say, okay, let me ask someone, what do you think we mean by self-doubt? Who can just quickly tell me something about what you know about self-doubt? Just a minute. I will take a break here. Let me take a sip of water while I listen to you. So somebody put on your mic and tell me, what do you think we mean by self-doubt? Ah, that was refreshing. Who wants to go? Or you want to throw it on the chat? What do we mean by self-doubt? I already have a definition on the screen, so don't use my definition. Because I just realized that, hey, come on, I had that definition on the screen. So if I was in school, I would just use my mind and say, definition of self-doubt. Self-doubt is the inner, that child say, why are you sitting down? How did you know that?
Self-doubt is when you are not confident of yourself
When you're not confident of
or the
yourself.
action you want to take.
Oh, okay. Of yourself or your action, your planned action. You're not confident of it. You are not assured. You are not so convinced of its uh, uh, workability, or whether what you're thinking or saying or doing or planning will come to fruition. All right. So self-doubt, as the word implies, is doubt about yourself. So what is doubt? Doubt simply means you are experiencing the absence of belief. All right. You are experiencing the absence of assurance. So there's a possibility this could be white, but you are not sure. Maybe it's black. So you begin to doubt whether it's white. For some reasons, either you heard something, or you felt something, or you saw something, or something that happened before. Like someone shared with me once. We were talking about something in the process. I said, oh, no, most people, they say your own can be different. Your own can be different. It doesn't have to be like other people's own. So even though people have done certain things all the while, when you get there, you could decide not to doubt your process, and believe that what you are doing is going to come out differently and better. Okay, thank you, Alito, for that, for helping us out with that. Okay, let's look at it. Self-confidence. While self-confidence is a powerful ally, all right, there's a common nemesis we all encounter on our journey. That nemesis is known as self-doubt. Self-confidence is a powerful ally, but a powerful enemy is self-doubt. Self-doubt is that internal nagging voice that questions our abilities, casting shadows of uncertainty, even when we have every reason to believe in ourselves. So imagine someone like someone who has maybe helped somebody to run a school before, singularly helped build a school, but they now call him or her to come run a school by herself or by himself, and he's shaking, he's afraid. You wonder, you've done it before. He said, yes, that was not my own. I had a boss. Now I don't have a boss. So what's the difference? Because now anything goes wrong, they'll blame me. They'll blame me. I'll be the one to blame. Someone like me that has constructed filling stations for over 20 years. I still get the shivers once in a while. I see some job like, hey, am I sure this? Am I sure I want to do this? Am I sure that won't be any problem? Am I sure? But since I discovered the mindset terrain, the mindset journey that I've been on, I realized I can capture those thoughts before they come out from my mouth as words. And when I capture the thoughts, I'm able to analyze them quickly and then bring words that counter them as thoughts. And these other thoughts that are self-doubt thoughts will disappear. And in their place, my emotions will change. So it's the same vessel, the same words, the same media words and thoughts, but they create different results. If you know what happens in that realm, in the realm of your subconscious, then you're truly on your journey to overcoming self-doubt. Picture this. You've achieved something significant, but that lingering thought creeps in. Did I really deserve this? Do I belong here? This phenomenon is known as imposter syndrome. That was the phenomenon I was sharing with you. When I've done a project worth millions and millions of hundreds of millions of naira, and then to show my face there seems like maybe there's something that will happen later. They'll say that thing was wrong. So everybody will know your face. It's called imposter syndrome. It's a classic manifestation of self-doubt. Is that feeling of being a fraud? You just feel like that you're not as good as people say you are. You feel as if you're not as perfect as people see you to be. You think you are not as efficient as people say you are. You think you're not the best mom or the best dad. You think you're not good enough as a husband or a wife. You think you're not good enough to have children. You think you're not perfect enough to be a pastor. You think you're not good enough to be a leader. You think you're not sound enough to lead a team in business. In fact, you think you are not good enough to start a business. Yet, you've helped the business to turn around billions of naira, but you are afraid because you think you are not good enough to start a business. It's your feeling of being a fraud despite evidence of your competence. When we are feeling like a fraud, we think we're not good enough despite the evidence of our competence. That's a classic example and manifestation of self-doubt, and it's called imposter syndrome. Let's take a moment to reflect. Have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? Anybody here? Have you ever experienced imposter syndrome before? These feelings I just explained, have you ever gone through such feelings? If you have, please just go to the chat box and chat, or just put on your mic and tell me. Have you ever experienced it? And maybe you can share how it felt quickly.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So let's do this.
Yes.
Oluwatosi. Oh, great. Everybody, I want you to share each person. Oluwatosi first, Adito, and then Samuel. I want to just share it briefly. I don't want you to expand it, but just tell me what was the event and what happened. Did you overcome it, or did it make you shy away? Did you lose out at that time? If you lost out, don't worry. It's not a bad thing. It's not a big deal. But what was the event? And did you overcome it then, or did you just leave that area? You didn't get to do that thing quickly.
It was an experience I had, and even presently I'm still having it. Because
Right.
there are times I just see myself as not being good enough to achieve something. For example, the issue of you raised an issue now concerning having my own school. I discovered it's easier for me helping people to build. But when it comes to me having my own thing, I always have this kind of fear that I won't be able to do it. So it's still something I'm experiencing. It's still something I'm
All
still
right.
going,
All right.
I'm still having. So
Beautiful.
but I know I'm going to overcome
and
it
I want
one
to
day.
tell you, you are not just the only one having it. All right. Like I shared my story. You're not the only one. That there are loads of people, but we just don't say it outside. We just don't say it outside. But guess what? Today, you're going to have solutions to it. All right. That was one of the things that came to my mind when I was preparing this program for today. I was preparing the content for today. I had a strong feeling. I practically asked God, what is really going on for my people? What are they going through? What can I talk about that will be a solution, not just an ideology? So I assure you, and the solutions are not difficult. They may look like secret, but they are not difficult. All right, let's go to Adeto. So what was your experience?
Yeah, I've had so many experiences. Some I have actually missed out, and some I was able to overcome. And like Tosin said, I'm still facing the same problem as I now because of the challenges. Some are personally attached, some are work, career attached. One of the experiences I can remember is that I there was a time, or in so many cases, I've been able to set up department units and the branches for my organization. But now I've been thinking of starting on my own, and to start that alone has been challenging. I'm like, where do I start? And it's not as if I don't know what to do, but the fear, the self doubt, I'm not having that confidence, the confidence to step out.
All right,
So
Adeto.
that's one of my challenges.
Let's keep it for that. Let's keep it at that for now. All right, Samuel. What about you? Quickly.
Okay. So can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have two experiences. The first one was, yeah, it happened recently. It was this year. I was going.
You seem to have faded off. I just heard where you said you were running something, and you faded off. Samuel, you seem to have faded off there. All right. Are you back?
Yeah. So I had to call.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So the first experience was, I was running two jobs, which was taking my whole week, and I had a side hustle I was doing. Which was like,
Oh, you're off again. I guess a call is coming in on your device. All right. That's a problem when you're having the same device and it's a call device as well. All right. Let's go down. Now, so Mike, Sammy, you could go to chat box and just really drop that your comment so that we'll save a bit of time. All right. You can just go to chat box and drop it there. Are you back on? Are you back on?
I'm back on it.
All right. So just take one of the experiences then because of our time.
Okay. Okay. So I was running two jobs, and I was trying to create time for my side hustle, which was my passion. But it seemed like there was no time for it. So I felt like, okay, I should drop one of those jobs, so I can, put more effort in my passion. But the fear of like, you know, am I going to get money from that? Okay, this month, am I going to like get money from passion if I drop that one? So at the end of the day, I think my brother actually like really convinced me to drop one of those jobs. And because I just left it like, oh God, just take it, when did that happen? On the day of me going to job, really resuming work for that month, I just quit the job. And after that, I think the first week I was seeming like I made a mistake and all, but in the second week, I got the job, I got my side also, I got the work that paid my salary about two, three times just in that
Wow,
month. And I
that's
just did like
beautiful.
a week.
That's beautiful.
So that was self doubt.
All right. And for those that are running full-time jobs and are having a side hustle, or what people call side hustle, I think it's just a side business. There is a rule of thumb you could use, all right? Because sometimes it's also risky to leave your paid job when you're starting something afresh and you've not gathered momentum on it. So what you do is this: give your full time to your full-time job, yes, but have a closing time. There must be a closing hour, a cutoff time. It could be 4, 5, 6, depending on what your office wants. From that time on, your 3, 4 hours into the evening is dedicated to your side business. You don't have time for parties. You don't have time for hanging out with the boys or the girls. No, no, no. Dedicate that to your business and watch your business income. Once your business is able to bring in the same amount your salary job, your paid job is bringing in, watch it. If you can bring in it consistently for 3, 4 months, then you can consider leaving your paid job. And make sure you are saving a lot of money. Don't spend anyhow. Because really, it's tricky, moving on to a new business. It's always challenging, yes. But once you study the patterns, then you can be able to encourage yourself to know when it's time to go back. But for Samuel, that was a wonderful one. You got to love this story out there, So kudos to you, bro. I wish you the best in that new business and as it grows as well. All right, let's move on. Wonderful stories I'm hearing. I'm so excited hearing you guys, hearing your stories today. All right, so now we're looking at imposter syndrome, all right? So if you've ever felt like your achievements were somehow less significant than they appeared, that's a sign. Everybody says, wow, you would have, like me, everybody tells me that I'm very good at the filling stations. And I said, what did I do? I didn't do anything now. I thought it was humility. Later, I found out it was imposter syndrome. This shared experience highlights how pervasive self-doubt can be, even amongst accomplished individuals. A lot of people who are accomplished, that you look up to, they suffer from imposter syndrome. Self-doubt doesn't stop at imposter syndrome anyway. It can manifest itself also in other ways. It might lead us to underestimate our skills, our talents, like Samuel was saying, and potential, like Adeto and Oluwatosi mentioned. The potentials that everybody else could see. You are good in accounting, you are good in management, you are good in HR, you are good in running the business, growing a particular business. But when it comes to you being able to stand by yourself, then you begin to doubt. You think you are not good at all. You think you are the worst person when it comes to that. This underestimation prevents us from fully embracing opportunities that come our way. So when opportunities come, someone says, can you come and handle this? Can I invest in you? You say, no, don't invest in me. Invest by yourself and let me just keep on helping you. All right. Additionally, self-doubt can also foster procrastination. This is one of the roots of procrastination. Why we keep postponing what we're supposed to do today. I used to think procrastination just meant laziness. It's not laziness. It's not laziness. We hesitate to take action out of fear of failure, out of fear of failure, or the belief that we're not good enough. That's why we hesitate. That's why we see an opportunity that we're supposed to jump on and we don't do anything about it. If you read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, that was a story, very lovely story written on there about two young men. One took opportunity, one came to the other and asked about the opportunity. It was shared, but he didn't take it. He waited too long. This hesitation keeps us from reaching our full potential and it can hinder progress toward our goals. The key to overcoming self-doubt lies in recognizing its presence and actively addressing it. In the following segments, we will explore strategies to silence the voice of self-doubt and build a stronger foundation of self-confidence. Remember, you're not alone in this struggle. We are all there. And together, we can conquer the doubts that hold us back. All right? So let's move ahead and let's conquer this. Are we ready? Ready? Go to chat box and tell me I'm ready. I'm ready to conquer self-doubt. let's get it moving. So one of the ways you can conquer self-doubt is building self-confidence. To build self-confidence. Your self-image is how you perceive yourself, all right? And the way to cultivate a positive self-image, that is to develop, to be able to perceive your strength, your flaws, and uniqueness, is to nurture positive self-image. And that involves self-acceptance, embracing imperfections, and recognizing your intrinsic growth. You have to be able to have self-acceptance, accept yourself, whatever you are, whoever you are, however you look. Whether your nose is like my own, go to my nose is fine, right? Whatever you say, I believe my nose is fine. My hairs are fine. I think I have the best physique, right? You have to be able to accept yourself and embrace your imperfections, okay? And recognize your intrinsic worth. You have to do that. You have to do that. And that's how you're able to cultivate a positive self-image, okay? Now, let's look at that self-confidence, how to build self-confidence. To build self-confidence is solely about conquering external challenges. External challenges. It starts with an intimate relationship with yourself. You have to understand this. You have to know yourself inside and outside. You have to know what triggers you. You have to know what makes you happy. You have to know what your weaknesses and your frailties are. I have to know what your strengths are so I can work on the strength, develop the strength, magnify the strengths, and diminish the weaknesses. This is where your self-image comes into play. Your self-image is how you perceive yourself, encompassing your strengths, your flaws, and your unique essence. Imagine a mirror, of course, not the physical one that you use to check your reflection, but an internal mirror, an internal one. Imagine it. Your self-image serves as this mirror, reflecting your thoughts and beliefs about yourself. It's the internal mirror that reflects to the outside your thoughts and your beliefs about yourself. That's why people see you. So you look gay and looking happy. Somebody says, I think you are sad. Why? They're able to see the reflection of your real inner thoughts. It shapes your confidence and impacts how you interact with your world. For you that need to have that self-reflection, you have to regularly assess your strengths and achievements. Assess it regularly. Check on yourself. Check it over and over and work on it. All right? Also, you can cultivate a positive self-image. And this involves several practices. The first is self-reflection, like we've seen. Self-reflection. Regularly taking stock of your accomplishments, strengths, and the progress you've made. It serves as a reminder of your capabilities and fuels your self-assurance. You have to be able to know you are good at something. Remind yourself how good you are at it. Remind yourself how good you are in poetry, in writing, in being able to work with figures, in mathematics, how fluent you are with the languages. Remind yourself. It's not bragging. Remind yourself. It helps you to fuel your self-assurance as well. Also, positive affirmations are another powerful tool. Replace self-criticism with empowering self-talk. I told you, whenever those self-doubt thoughts come to me, I capture them and then speak the opposite of them. So when the thought says, you're not going to make mistakes, tell yourself, no, I won't make mistakes, I'll get it right. When the thought tells you, well, you know your dad is not rich enough for this kind of level you are aspiring to, say, yes, I'll be the one that's rich enough so that my children can aspire to this level without any problem. Say, oh, you're not qualified for this. I'm qualified, more than qualified. I have understanding, I have skill. I'm going to go there and show it. Sometime in my life, I had not gotten my university degree, not because my dad did not have, he had, for some reasons, I just did the HND first. And for some years, I didn't bother about it. I was making money. I always have this nagging thought, like oh, people that are not as educated as you, not as smart as you, have university degrees. Guess what? Now I have all the degrees I need. I'm even taking more. So you have to understand that you are more than qualified at any point in time. Wherever you are, you're more than qualified to achieve great things. All right? Then also, self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. It's essential. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. I'm assuming you're a very good person because some people can be wicked sometimes, but be a good person, all right? The way you would treat a friend, that empathy, that ability to make their day great, do that to yourself. Embrace your imperfections as part of your unique journey. Help yourself like you would help a friend, all right? And lastly, embrace your uniqueness. You are a unique being. Embrace it, accept it, take it as yours, own it. Just as no two fingers are alike, your qualities, your experiences, your talents make you one of a kind. Always remember that. So somebody says, I don't like the way you talk. Because you don't talk like them. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you are talking well. You are doing what is right. You are socially doing your best. Your etiquette is good. After that, somebody doesn't like your face, no problem. Let them get some other place to look at. Celebrate what sets you apart and recognize the value you bring to every situation. There's something about you that you get to a place and you make it change. That's the value you bring. Your self-image is your eternal mirror reflecting the beauty of your potential. As we move forward today, let's explore practical ways to nurture this positive self-image, thereby fortifying the foundation of your self-confidence. Remember, you are deserving of the same kindness and respect to extend to others, starting with yourself. So do unto yourself as you want them to do to you. I mean, do unto others as you want them to do to you. But do like that to yourself too. All right? Great things that you would want to happen to you. So treat yourself well and do great things for yourself. Okay, as we embark on our journey toward building unshakable self-confidence, we're going to equip ourselves with actionable techniques that have the power to transform our self-perception and outlook on success. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go here. Our first technique is goal setting and milestone. Goal setting is always appearing. Goal setting, goal setting. Some people want to run away from goals. You can't. Think of your goals as distant horizons. Like Abraham sat down, I was looking at the skies, looking at the horizons. Think of them as distant horizons. Break them down into smaller bits, as if you are walking back from that far horizon. Break them to achievable milestones. That's what they call milestones. They're like a mile away. What's the distance of a mile? So you break them down into milestones. That is every mile. Like you break them down into units. You're going far, but you're watching out where you will step to every single day. Each time you achieve or you reach a milestone, celebrate it. Celebrate it. It's a tangible step forward, and each step brings you closer to the summit of your ultimate success. Next, we have what we call the growth mindset. Remember the training we are going to have very soon? Training I have out there, a course called the success mindset. You'll see the class very soon. I hope you're going to register for that course, because this is what it does for you. Embrace challenges and opportunities for growth. See challenges, see them as opportunities for growth. Embrace them as opportunities. Don't be afraid of challenges. What's the worst that can happen? If you don't succeed at that challenge, guess what? You've learned how to. You've also learned how not to. The next that comes, it won't be your first time anymore. Imagine, you remember when you were in school and some people will do jam in SS2 and then do it in SS3 again. The first one was just a trial. SS2 was going to be better because you already knew about timing and what to do. So instead of seeing setbacks as failures, this is what growth mindset is about. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as stepping stones. All right? Toward improvement. View them as stepping stones toward improvement. A growth mindset allows you to constantly learn and adapt, leading to a deeper sense of self-assurance. So a growth mindset is such that even though things are happening, challenges are coming, maybe sometimes there's a falling, there's a stammering, there's a stuttering, there is a fumbling, but you don't see that as an end in itself. You see it as a step-by-step activity leading you to a sense of self-assurance. You see it as an opportunity to get better. So you're not afraid of challenges anymore. All right? Then also self-care and balance. This plays a significant role as well. Prioritize your well-being. Self-care, that is caring for yourself. Prioritize your well-being. And for some people, I was talking to a friend, not on this platform, and she was telling me she's on diet. She's been on diet for a few months. She's lost 10 kilograms, but she feels depressed, almost feeling depressed because she can't eat what she likes. And I told her, why not create a cheat date? Then, wow, every time I talk to you, you're always blessing me. I say, you bless me too. Because it was just a simple thing to just create a cheat day when she could eat whatever she wants in moderate portions. And then that feeling of feeling bad, because she ate something she was supposed to eat, won't be there. Because you got to take care of yourself. You can't just come to earth and all you do is run around trying to chase everything down. You got to take care of yourself. So it's good for you to prioritize your well-being, both physical and mental. If where you are is toxic, move out of it. If what you're doing is weighing down on you every day, it's pushing you down, it's choking you, then come out for air. Breathe. Take a breath. Relax a little. Change the environment if you have to. Because when you take care of yourself, you send a powerful message to your subconscious. The message says, I value myself and my capability. That's the message you send to your subconscious. So what does your subconscious do? Your subconscious begins to protect your mind even more because it understands that you value what you carry. Lastly, the support network. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential. Seek out mentors, colleagues, friends, and family who uplift and inspire you. Stop spending your time with people who drag you down. People who tell you you can't achieve anything. People who tell you you should be scared of every step of your life. So some people send some messages around and say, if you don't send messages to 10 people, something bad will happen to you. I don't post those messages. I don't post them. Nothing bad will happen to me. I want to read a message that will tell me, oh, you could share this. I wouldn't even be able to wait to share because I've seen value in what I read. I've been uplifted. Look for people who are going to uplift you, who are going to inspire you. The encouragement becomes a constant reminder of your worth and capability. Stick with those friends. That's the kind of friend I always want to be. These practical techniques are like tools in self-confidence toolkit. Remember, building self-confidence is an ongoing journey, and every small step you take toward fostering these practices brings you closer to unlocking your fullest potential. They are simple, but if you don't do them, then you're going to keep on suffering from this. And I don't want to see you suffer. So I will advise, as we move forward, let's explore how to silence self-doubt, nurture your self-image, and harness these techniques to pave the way for your success. I wouldn't mind to share my content with you. This product, I wouldn't mind to share with you if I know you can promise me that you would read them over and use them and come back to me asking questions and practicalize this thing. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind to have a training especially just to practicalize a few of these steps. How to use thoughts that are positive against those that are negative, how to use self-care practically to change your own subconscious, how to use the growth mindset to develop belief in growth, to see that there's availability for you on earth, to know that you are not on earth to suffer. I wouldn't mind to do all of that with you. Once I have that assurance that I know it's going to change your life. It has changed mine, it's going to change yours. All right. This is time for us. We're supposed to close by now, but please pardon me to take about maybe 5 to 10 minutes to allow us to have questions and answers, and then we conclude for today. So if you have a question, please put on your mic, ask your question quickly in the next few minutes so that we can close this meeting. We're going to open the floor for questions now. Feel free to type your questions in the chat box or use the question and answer opportunity now to just put on your mic and ask. And remember that the questions that you ask, all right, they also resonate with somebody else in the audience. So you're not just asking for yourself, you're asking for some unknown person who might just find help in the answers that we'll get. All right, so who has a question? Any question? Okay. If there are no questions, I would encourage that we keep our notes. I hope you've taken enough notes. And as I run through what we've done today, concluding, and give you a call to action, please write down the call to action and go with it. All right? Please, it's important. It's not just enough to hear the truth. You got to practice it. You got to live by it. So as we approach the conclusion of our webinar today, I want to emphasize that building self-confidence is not an event. As I said before, it's a transformative journey. Now you've taken the first step towards recognizing the immense power that lies within yourself, the power to reshape your self-image, the power to overcome self-doubt. That's in you already. The power to be able to have your journey towards success. Make it real. That power is in you. So please remember that it lies within you. Let's have a quick recap of our key takeaways today. One is that building self-confidence is a journey. It's an ongoing journey that requires dedication and practice. Also, we've seen that we can silence self-doubt by applying the practical techniques we've explored today. We've also seen cultivating a positive self-image is foundational for sustained self-assurance and success. If you want to sustain self-assurance and success, you must cultivate a positive self-image. Now, it's time for your action. Take the techniques we've just learned today and put them into practice. Break down your goals. Break them down to milestones. Adopt a growth mindset. Prioritize self-care for yourself and surround yourself with positivity all the time. Family, friends, places, location, events, that bring positivity. Remember to treat yourself with kindness and compassion, which you definitely deserve. As you continue on this path, keep your eyes on the aspirations and believe in your potentials. Success begins with recognizing your abilities and having the courage to believe in yourself. At this point, I'd like to say thank you for being part of this journey today as you step forward with newfound self-confidence. Remember that you are capable of achieving greatness. Your journey is unique, and you have all the tools you need to make it extraordinary. I will add this to all I've said today. If you feel helpless and you feel like you know you're supposed to be greater, but you are being held back by this self-doubt, by the imposter syndrome, by fear, I want to encourage you. You are not the only one who is going through this. But some people have been able to overcome it. And how do you do that? Believe in yourself. Believe that you can't be the one with the shorter end of the stick. You can't be the unlucky person. Amidst the billions on earth, you can't be the unlucky one. No, you have to be the fortunate one. You have to be the blessed one. You have to be the one that can make what he or she wants in life, positive things, to come to pass. You have to be the winner. Step out. Damn those consequences. When it comes to stepping out well in life, I don't mean taking bad risks. I don't mean taking calculated risks. But when it comes to those dreams, aspirations, wonderful things you want to achieve in life, step out. Even if it's just a step, try something. Go, try it, practice, learn. A step a day will eventually get you very far in life. My name is Coach Vivi, and this is the Money Mastery Program. And this is the journey you must be on so that your journey to financial greatness and success in life, all-round success, becomes your reality.